The most obnoxious Oscar-contending movies of the year just dealt themselves a serious blow, and it all centers around their usage of AI. Let's start with the movie I already had a long list of problems with, and that is The Brutalist. Beautiful thing here is Adrien Brody is not going to win Best Actor, thank fucking God. Said over and over again, every other single man in that category deserves the award more. I think most likely now it'll go to Timothée Chalamet. My pick would be Daniel Craig, but I'm happy to see Timmy get one. But actually cost Brody the award. It turns out the editor of the film actually fed his voice into this Ukrainian AI tech called Respeecher. Brody's Hungarian accent in the film is improved by AI. Now, as you might guess, one of the challenging things about doing an accent in the film is in fact doing the accent. When you have the help of AI to make it sound convincing, that really is half the battle, right? He said, and I quote, "I'm a native Hungarian speaker. I know that it's one of the most difficult languages to learn to pronounce. Even with Adrian's Hungarian background, it's not that simple. It's an extremely unique language. We coached Brody and Felicity Jones. They did a fabulous job, but we also wanted to perfect it so that not even locals will spot any difference. Being said, we can safely remove Adrien Brody from the conversation for Best Actor if he were to win. That's fucking embarrassing." Skip ahead to the far funnier part, and I quote, "Gen-I is also used right at the end of the film in a sequence in Venice to conjure a series of architectural drawings and finished buildings in the style of the fictional architect." It's so goddamn funny to me, right? Because this is a movie about art, right? The struggle of the artist who just wants to get his message across, and he's always being beaten down by the world around him. Pours his heart and soul into his designs, refusing to compromise. And you find out at the end of the film, those weren't even designs that were thought up by a human being. That to me is fucking peak satire. You can't beat it. The thing that makes this even funnier is the actions and words of Brady Corbett, or Courbet, or whatever his name is. I looked it up online when I first went to review the film. Everything said Corbett. Now every time I hear his name, it's Courbet. Can anybody let me know the correct pronunciation? He has had the most pretentious stick-up-his-ass artist press tour of all time, culminating in the Directors on Directors with Sean Baker, where he would not let Sean get out a fucking word, cutting him off at every single turn. There's a litany of diehard fans like this commenter that praise this man and praise his art. It turns out he's using AI just like these same people shit on Late Night with the Devil last year for doing. I argue it's much more serious here because you are directly altering a performance and you are actually doing something with the designs that literally goes against the message of the film, which again is just too funny. Remind you guys, this is A24. A24 also got caught using generative AI last year for the Civil War posters. Laughing at a lot of people on here who made a big stink about Late Night with the Devil and didn't say a fucking word about Civil War, which is a much bigger movie from A24, just like The Brutalist. Funny, because when people thought it was a stupid-ass independent horror movie from Australia, they were okay to rip on it and to say boycott it. It's A24 pumping out a big-budget movie or pumping out their big Oscar movie when Sing Sing was sitting right there, but you didn't fucking promote it. A lot of people don't say a fucking word. It almost comes across like if you think there are opportunities with the company, you'll keep your mouth shut, but if you can bash on something and not have to worry about it, it's fine. Definitely corny as fuck. My attitude towards Late Night with the Devil was, I'm not gonna boycott that movie because of that. The Brutalist, I don't like the movie. I'm not gonna say, oh, don't go see this, boycott it, etc. This is the direction the industry is going. This stuff's going to be happening more and more and more. I like that, and I find it particularly egregious with this movie again because it directly contradicts the messaging. If you were yelling and screaming about Late Night with the Devil, make sure you get on here and you rip The Brutalist. Can't wait to see that. And also rip Emilia Perez. It came out that the same company, Respeecher, was used to alter the vocals of Carlos Sofia Gascon. There were notes in Carla's vocal range she could not get to, so Respeecher came in there to help her out. Respeecher also worked on The Exorcist Believer, they worked on Naiad, and they worked on Alien Romulus, which I absolutely shit on. And I really think this is a problem with Emilia Perez because this is a musical. Part of the performance is your singing. Can you hit the notes that you need to hit? I don't want to see AI do that. I want to see an actor actually do it. For me personally, I hope these two movies pay a price. I hope they get shut the fuck out at the Oscars. Last year, there were just so many other people, so many other films that were deserving and should be rewarded. Finally, let me just say, people are so fucking incapable of understanding other opinions exist. I've had dozens of people saying, oh, you didn't actually watch The Brutalist. It's The Brutalist November 10th in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You know what? The first half was really interesting. The second half was up its own ass and Oscar bait. If you don't agree, that is okay, but you don't get to say, oh, you just didn't watch the movie. Let me know your thoughts on all this and let me know what you want to see happen at the Oscars in regards to the situation.